Hi, we are live. My name is Alexi Anastasio. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm here with
Stony Emschwaller.
Woo!
Hi.
And we creative projects. We were very, very, very lucky to be selected by Ovation TV, which is a national television channel here in the United States, and the third biggest crowdfunding platform as we speak. Probably the best, Rocket Hub.
Absolutely.
So Stony,
Yeah.
let us tell the audience, what is your project?
Okay. It's hard to explain. It's easier to show than explain.
Okay.
Every time I explain it, and then I show a clip of it, people go, "Oh, that's what you meant." Yeah. But basically, when I was 18 years old, I had the foresight. It's been downhill ever since. But back then, I had the foresight to interview myself, my future self. So I recorded like 4 hours of footage asking every possible question I could think of to my older self. You know, well, do you know how to tap dance? Do you play the piano? Are you rich and famous? Are you married? Are you happy? What's your social life like? And then I also recorded every possible answer or every response I could think of to any answer I might get back. Like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're so famous." Or, "Really? How come you never did that?" So it was like hours of footage to choose from. And now I'm ready to shoot the other half of the conversation, which I've been carefully avoiding for 38 years. I really it was like terrified to do it on some level, because it sort of is really confronting my actual teenage self and trying to impress him with my life, which isn't all that impressive considering what he thought it would be. So yeah, it's kind of a challenging thing. But I had not to keep blabbing forever, but I had a medical scare like not too long ago. It turned out fine, but a day in the hospital made me think, you know what? Maybe it's time to have that conversation. You know, I'm not going to live forever, and maybe it's time to actually face that teenager and answer his questions. So that's what I plan to do. I did a little 4-minute version of it just to show people that it's possible. And now I want to do a full-size movie.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
you are really battling. I mean, we're always battling ourselves every day, but you're literally battling yourself.
Yeah, basically. What's weird is somebody asked me today if it felt like genuine when I did this little, sample proof of concept thing. And I said, it was strange because all those years ago when I was 18, I was talking to a paper plate with a face painted on it. So I knew where to put my eyes, basically my eye line. So that was me at 18 talking to this paper plate. And now when I did this little short version, I was talking to a piece of blue tape on the wall. And yet somehow there was something about it that felt really real, to the point where I was like near tears. And I thought, how can that be? He's not there. And then later I realized, no, he is there. He's still in here. So I was actually like connecting to the 17-year-old, the 18. I keep saying 17. I just turned. I was connecting to the 18-year-old that's in all of us, And that's one cool thing about it. I think hopefully it'll be a universal story.
It is. I have faced internally. I've done that with other coaches. I have a lot of awesome female coaches around me. And so I've taken a couple of different programs. And that's one of the tools that she uses and techniques that she uses is like to close your eyes and ask yourself, how old are you? And like, are you on the tennis court? Like, where are you? And then that was in a coaching online coaching class that I took with Hillary Rubin, who's freaking awesome. And then another one I took with, and she tells you to talk to your younger self. And because especially about deserving.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So
And
getting rid of those inner gremlins.
Yeah, that was a big part of it for me. And I think it will be an ongoing part of the process of filming the full project, will be like actually confronting the inner gremlins and the voice in your head that says, you know, you're not successful enough, you haven't done enough, or whatever it is. So it's almost like a therapy session to do this film in some ways, in a good way. Yeah.
I totally concur with especially the creative process in my writing. It's been definitely a therapeutic and cathartic process.
Absolutely.
So I'm dealing with a lot of personal experiences and separating myself from that, because you know, you have you and then you have,
whoops, you broke up at the end there. What was it?
You have you, and you have the you in front of the camera, the person you show to other people.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. We have especially nowadays, we have the Facebook me, the Twitter me, you know, it's like what we present to the world. And there's, you know, my mom me, who I am when I'm with her. And I'm basically still 18 when I'm with my mom. So that doesn't change.
Always. I'm 12. My mom, I'm always 12.
Yes. Instantly revert. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, I know you're interviewing me, but I really want to know something about the fantastic Santa Monica project. Like, can you tell me a little bit about that while we're talking?
Sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is
cool.
Cross collaboration. So yeah, it's an art film. It's about a group of performance artists who are looking for love, connection, and significance in Los Angeles. They're trying to figure it out all with their relationships, with their friendships, the mingling of the two. Also, the creative life. How are they going to live in Los Angeles, stay in Los Angeles, compete with, you know, the cars and the purses and the, you know, the designer, all this stuff that doesn't really mean anything, but, you know, everybody thinks it does.
Yeah.
And that the fact that they learned that experiences, you get more happiness from experiences than the material items. And so animal totems come into play, tarot comes into play, meditation, all these different techniques and tools that they kind of learn. Chakras, they learn about their chakras, you know, all this kind of little woo-woo stuff. But say hi. It is where they want to be, their real selves, that they want to, that they're creating, and that they can create that. And also it's a self-discovery process. So the two main characters are bisexual females, and I have two supporting her, a lesbian couple. And in real life, that lesbian couple they're YouTube influencers, YouTube stars, and they are actually world changers. They've actually changed laws on revenge porn in the UK.
Wow, how cool. Wow, that's fantastic. And they're playing themselves, or they're playing sort of versions of themselves? Or?
Yeah, basically versions of themselves. Yeah, they're still performance artists. They're still YouTubers, and they're making a difference in the world. And that's what all the characters are doing in their own way and figuring that out. So my goal is to inspire millions of millennials that, like, just take the next step. And that's a clarity for the next step.
Cool. And is it scripted, or is it mostly improvised, or a combination?
It's a combination.
Cool.
So this is actually more scripted than my past films, but I use a lot of improv and I also base a lot of stuff of the people that come my live, so the characters that I cast. That's always developing, and it's always changing, because you just learn so much from the universe, right? Really, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Where else are you going to learn from, really, you know?
Galaxy. Universe, galaxies, stars,
multiverse.
sun,
yeah.
animals, your animal spirits.
Cool.
Your younger self.
Yes, it's true. I was just thinking, it wasn't improvised, but as part of the little tape I did, I cut this out. I didn't include it, mainly because it didn't come out that well. But I actually had a moment where I hugged myself, my younger self. And I had a friend who sort of looked like me from behind and all this stuff. And so we had this whole thing. And it sounds really silly and corny, but it was incredibly moving to like just to shoot that part of like being 56 and hugging 18-year-old me, basically like sort of coming to some kind of resolution, loving myself, you know? So, and that's one of the things I hope to relay more in the final version, like the sort of universal, how we can come to terms with ourselves.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It is possible.
In little moments.
I'm going to say I have, you know, positive. Yeah. So this is a perfect spot to end the recording. For people watching the replay on YouTube, you could click on the links below and go to the campaign pages on Rocket Hub, or also our individual websites.
Yes.